I'm supposed to be sewing right now, but instead I'm admiring my handiwork and making lists because I'm a list maker. Basically, I've got all of our clothing for Pennsic up on the clothing rack right now, and from this one to this one is mine. And then this pitiful little section on this end is his. He's basically going to spend a lot of the time not wearing anything, apparently, because I'm slow at sewing. And also, I've run out of fabric for him. No, actually, we ordered more yesterday, so I've got bulk linen coming in, hopefully soon, because I did some calculations last week, and I have 17 weeks left till Pennsic. And that seems like a lot of time, because it's like several months, but it's not actually that much time, because I've got lists and lists of things left to make. Let's see if this shows up. So that's all of the stuff I have left to make for him, and those are the handful of things I have done for him. My list looks slightly better, because I had a lot of stuff already made. I didn't have to make this, either of these, that. Those were already done. So I just had to make a few last minute pieces so that I have two weeks worth of clothing instead of just 1 week's worth. I only have that much left to do for myself, and I'm not even sure I'm going to do all of them, and I might add to that list just so I have more variation, but it's not necessary. Whereas if he wants to wear clothes at Pennsic, it's a lot more necessary. I also have huge long lists of things, just things that I need to dig out of our storage unit. All of our feast gear is buried somewhere in a back corner. I might never find it again. I have to find my old hat, because you definitely need a hat in Pennsic. It is just sun beating down on you. Let's see. What other lists do I have in here? Way too many. I have a whole list of things that I wanted to make for Pennsic and may or may not get around to. The one I definitely am going to do, though, is I'm turning these into stools, because they're cleaned out and empty. They make really nice storage compartments with handles already on them, so we can store all of our feast gear in one, hopefully all of our some of our food, some of our clothing, and they're watertight, which is great because it also will probably rain in addition to the horrible sun and sunburns. I'm making a whole bunch of these little cushions to go on top like that, and then I have to make covers so that they're not hideous, ugly plastic things sitting around our campsite. Yeah, basically that's what I've been up to. I've made this and these in the last week. These are pants. That's a dress. The dress took 8 hours. I'm pretty proud of it. Turned out well, and I've been sitting on the fabric for it for, I don't know, at least a year. I bought that fabric. And I've had the trim for even longer. I think close to 5 years. Can't remember. I think I bought it while I was on campus, but I can't remember. Too long ago to remember. That's enough of a qualifier. So I make lots of lists, which I've already told you. I also really like to make visual lists. I feel like it helps me not forget items anymore. So right now, my clothing looks like that. The colored in ones are ones I have done. And this is an older one, so I've changed my plans already since the last time I drew everything out. But like, you go through old sketchbooks from the last time we went, and you'll find like, ooh, feast gear, yay, all drawn out. It helps me stay organized. This is his. I don't know. This is also generally where I wind up putting all of like my patterns and sketches and stuff like that. Pants. Measurements and stuff for him and for me go in here. Cosplay ideas. I had at one point been trying to keep track of like yardage and stuff better too, because I'm really bad about remembering how many yards I used or bought and how much it cost. And yeah, hours that went into things. Hours and hours and hours that went into things. 21 hours that went into a vest because it had hand smocking as part of it. Cosplay ideas. Not that I'm currently doing any cosplay projects, mind you. Doesn't stop me from looking and saying, oh, I could make that easily, but I'm not doing any of them. Unfortunately. Maybe I'll do Youmacon this year. I haven't decided yet. Depends on how broke I am after Pennsic. I also started writing up my lists on paper because you can't do it too many times. That's how you avoid forgetting things. I think the last time we went, my packing list was something like 3 pages long. Actually, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, okay. Checklist from the last time we went was like 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 pages. And then what I had done is I had gone through and checked all of the things that we actually brought, and like how many we wound up bringing or using. So like, let's see, some of these are not checked. I didn't wind up wearing that, I think, is how. And I eventually typed it all up and I think we brought sleeping bags and wound up not using them, or else didn't bring them and just used blankets, which were plenty warm enough. How much stuff we wound up buying as opposed to bringing. Like, we didn't bring plates. We bought plates once we got there, which now we own them. We didn't have nice feast gear before we went last time. Now we do. It's just lost in the storage unit. Let's see. I had a whole bunch of details, like when we checked in at Troll, and what sort of like classes I really wanted to go to last time, things like that. trying to figure out how we were going to fit all of the people we wanted to bring into my one tiny tent. I have a nice tent. It's canvas. It's kind of a teepee style, but I got it from friends who did French fur trade reenactments, so it's not actually SCA accurate, but it is historical, so that's kind of cool. But it's canvas and the sides don't roll up, so you don't get much of a breeze during the really hot days, which sucks. You spend a lot of time outside, so one thing we definitely want to get this year is an outside shade, a pavilion or something, just so that we're not roasting or getting sunburned quite so badly. We will still get sunburned because we're both pale as fuck. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't know. I gotta go work on another dress because I don't have enough, and they're more fun to make than tunics. Sorry, boys.